Well, hello there, friends. I finally did it. The escargot. So many of you have asked for this recipe. This is the classic recipe I used to make in my restaurant, then got rated a Gourmet Magazine as one of the best escargot they've ever had. No kidding, it is. It's got a green peppercorn, cognac, and tarragon sauce, not the regular garlic butter. They're tender. I'm going to show you how to make them so tender and delicious. You're going to love it. Remember, friends, thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to ring the bell. Stay tuned. We're making escargot together right now, friends. Okay, friends, I'm telling you, this is going to be the recipe. If you're going to try escargot, if you've never tried them and you're curious about it, this is the recipe I want you to try. In the, I think 87, 88, whatever, in late 80s, Gourmet Magazine did an article on this recipe that I'm going to make you. Said it's the best escargot they've ever had. It really is, my friend. It's an amazing recipe. There's a few tricks to it. It's not complicated. You know, some people say, oh, I don't like escargot. Do you like clams? Do you like oysters? Because, you know, they're not far away in the texture. As a matter of fact, I think they're even more tender than some of the clams out there. So I think you're going to like it. The secret is very simple. I'm sharing with you because many times you go to a restaurant, you have an escargot, it's like a rubber, you know, and the garlic butter. This is not garlic butter. Anybody can make a garlic butter and cook them in there. That's not what we're doing. We're making this amazing green peppercorn cognac sauce with tarragon that is amazing. And you serve it with a baguette. Oh, let me tell you. All right, friends, can of escargot. You get them in a can like this. It usually is about 96 count in it, 96 little escargot. And those are called large, and I don't want them to be too large. Those are perfect size. You see, they're perfect. So what we're going to do, friends, we're going to rinse them. Okay, it's very important. We're going to rinse them. You open up the jar, the can. Don't smell them. Just take my word for it. Don't smell them. You'll be perfectly fine, but don't smell them. Okay, promise me. Don't smell them. All right, Jack, you want to come, and we're gonna show them how to rinse it because, friends, rinsing it is everything. It's really, really important. I want you to rinse them, and then we're going to give them a bath in Chardonnay. Jack, come over. We're going to rinse them. So I got a strainer right there in my sink, and I'm going to pour them in there, all right? And then I'm going to rinse them. Cold water, and you're going to rinse. Now, this, my friends, is extremely important you do, okay? So take your time. Take your time, friends. All right? It's really, really important you do this. Okay? Rinse them really, really good. Some of them are looking and they go, oh my God, I don't like them. Don't worry about it. You're going to love them, I promise you. All right. We rinse them. So now what we're going to do, friends, we're going to go back to the kitchen. I put them right here. And we're going to cook them. All right? Very simple so far, but that step, friends, I don't want you to miss it, okay? All right? So now, what do? Put a pot. It's always good to cook them in a pot. Let me check my burner here. Yep. And we're going to give them a bath. What kind of a bath are we getting them? You know, if we're going to give a bath to anything, we're going to do it in wine. I got a bottle of Chardonnay. Now, this probably, and don't tell anybody I said so, because I'll deny, but this is probably the time where you don't really want to buy an expensive bottle of Chardonnay because you're not drinking it. Okay, you're going to poach them in this bath right there that are salt, pepper, all right, salt and pepper, and then we're going to flavor it. We're going to flavor it with about, so that's one whole can, 96 counts, because you can make them and you can freeze them. When they poach, and next time you need them, you can put them in garlic butter or you can make them in a sauce like I do right here. So what we're going to do, we're going to put the whole 6, 7 cloves of garlic. We're going to put about 4, 5, 6 strings of whatever you call a branch of thyme and the tarragon. The tarragon is the most important part of this whole thing, friends. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna bring it to boil, and the minute it's boiling, we're gonna reduce it down, and we're gonna cook it slowly, like bloop, 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 slowly, like bloop, bloop. No, like crazy, right? For about 45 minutes. And they're gonna become nice and tender, still firm, but nice and tender. All right, friends? And then I'm gonna show you how to make the most amazing sauce to go with it. All right? So I'm gonna bring them to boil. The minute it's boiling, I'm gonna reduce it down, and I'm gonna cook 45 minutes, and I'll see you on the other side of 45 minutes. We're gonna make the most amazing sauce. Okay, friends, well, smells a lot better now. It smells delicious. So the escargots are finished. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make the sauce, because you know it's all about the sauce. It's always about the sauce. So, not always, okay? So look, we're gonna put a little butter in there. Okay, we're gonna start sauteing some, this is gonna have a lot of butter, okay? Just wanna let you know, just in case. We got shallots. I got a big shallots that we're cooking there. And we're gonna sweat the shallots. You know, shallots, you know, I tell you all the time, but remember, friends, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here because you're learning. If you have always had doubt, oh, escargot, this is the place to be. So, I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, shallots and butter together. Oh my goodness, this is a marriage made in heaven. I'm telling you, it smells amazing. It really, really does. I mean, I don't know if you've ever done it, but if you do it, carpe diem. You like that word, Jack? Carpe diem. Enjoy the moment, seize the moment of shallots that are sweating in butter. It's intoxicating it. I'm telling you, it's amazing. I'm not exaggerating. We're gonna put a little mushroom in here. I got about 8 ounces. So the butter, I had about a good tablespoon, right? I had a big shallots. I don't count I don't measure, you know, shallots, whatever it is. I got a mushroom in there, and it's 8 ounces of regular mushrooms. 8 ounces. So, you know those little packages you buy at the grocery store? You can use baby portobello, you can use white mushroom. I would have liked using baby portobello, but the baby portobello at the store were not very pretty today. So this plain mushroom are gonna be fine. We're gonna sweat them so they reduce their water. The escargot, we're gonna drain them. So I got a strainer, I'm just gonna drain them. Now, that wine you don't want it. The wine that is in there, that broth thing, you don't need it. You don't need it. So we're going to saute the mushroom. We're going to get rid of all the water in the mushroom. Because you know, mushrooms are full of water, right? Right? You know how many emails I got, friends, of people that say, you know, I didn't like the mushrooms. I didn't realize that it's not that I didn't like the mushroom. I didn't like the texture. But the minute I remove the water, it changes the texture. The water is the enemy, I'm telling you. Water destroys so many foods. We got to get rid of the water because it, first of all, it tastes like nothing, right? And then it creates a terrible texture. Have you ever had a canned mushroom? You know those canned, you put them in your mouth, it's like, like rubber, a piece of rubber you're chewing on it. It's ridiculous. It's full of water. And I don't know why I started talking about this, but this is going to get rid of all the water, and then we're going to put, friends, now, this sauce is about 2 ingredients, very important ingredients, garlic and tarragon. Tarragon is a must if you want to make it correctly, friends. I also got fresh thyme. I got a good tablespoon of fresh thyme, a good tablespoon of tarragon, if you want to measure, and I got 2 tablespoons of garlic, chopped garlic. I got a 1/4 cup of tomato puree. I got fresh parsley. I'm not measuring it. And what we're going to do, it's a very simple process. I don't know, you know what I was about to say? I was going to say, ask them if they could smell the mushroom. I'm telling you, friends, if you could smell the mushroom. By the way, this pot I'm using is a reduction saucepan. It's really amazing. You see, it allows me to do a reduction. So wonderful. And look at this mushroom, how beautiful they look already. Not only do they look beautiful, but they smell amazing because you're getting rid of the water, you intensify. On anything, when you're doing a wine reduction, what do? You get rid of the water and you intensify the flavor of the grape juice and you get rid of the alcohol. That's why you reduce wine. The only wine you don't reduce are fortified wine. Port, Madeira, Marsala. All right, so here we go. We're going to saute this a little bit longer, not much longer. And then, friends, I am going to put a little garlic, and then I'm going to put a little flour, and then I'm going to put wine. Now, the reason why I put a flour in there, I normally would put a cooked roux, but I know a lot of you don't have cooked roux. But for those of you that have cooked roux, you're going to use the cooked roux. Okay? This is the right way to do it. But if you don't have it, I don't always use it on in the videos, friends. I know I made a video on it, on cooked roux. Jack is going to give you a link of it. If you have never had it, let me tell you, you got to make it, right? I don't use it all the time because so many of you don't have it, and then you're going to say, well, what am I supposed to do? If you have it, you use it. If you don't have it, you put it in flour. That's what I'm going to do, okay? So we're going to put a little garlic. You know, I'm putting the whole thing. It's 2 tablespoons of chopped garlic. It's about the chopped garlic, friends. It's about the chopped garlic. Now we're going to put the 1/4 cup of the flour. This is a way I used to do it at the restaurant. Of course, we used to do huge quantity. And now, friends, now we're going to put the wine. We're going to put about 2 cups of Cabernet Sauvignon wine. Measure carefully, yeah? 2 cups of Cabernet Sauvignon wine. Just about. Okay? I don't want you to measure. Now remember, if your flour is sticking a little bit in the bottom, like mine is, not a problem. Just do this. That's why I like to use a wooden spoon. Okay? We're going to incorporate this well, and we're going to let the wine reduce. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon, 2 cups about, if you were to measure. Now, this is important we use a good wine. The previous presentation was not important, but this is important. Then we use a good wine. And we're going to let it reduce. And then we're going to put some beef stock. And we're going to flavor everything. So now, remember, you don't put the beef stock on top of the wine until the wine has had an opportunity to reduce. Because if you were to put your stock now on top of that sauce, friends, if you were to put your stock now on top of that sauce, the wine doesn't have time to reduce. It needs to reduce before you put in the stock. We can now put the tarragon. There's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't interfere with the reduction. We can put the fresh thyme. This does not interfere. But the tomatoes and the parsley, all this, we don't need that. We put this at the end. But the tomatoes, we can wait to put it in. We let the wine reduce as much as possible. So let's bring it to boil. Let it reduce. We see we already got a nice little consistency. Now we have to cook the flour. That's what we're going to be doing. And then we're going to put the stock on it, okay? Let the wine reduce just a little bit longer. We have a nice base, you see. All right, now stock. This is a 4-ounce ladle. We're going to put 1. We're going to put 2. We'll mix that up really well. Then we're going to put a tomato puree. And now, friends, we're going to let this cook at a very low heat for a good 10 minutes. 10-15 minutes. Then I am going to eliminate from the escargot. I'm going to eliminate all of the garlic. See, the garlic is all soft. You see, it's all poached. Smells amazing. the thyme, all the stuff, and the tarragon. I'm going to get rid of all this, put them in a little bowl, and in about 10 minutes from now, we'll put them in there. All they need now is they cook, so all they need is refreshing just to get them hot into the sauce. And then we'll finish the sauce with butter. All right, friends? And then we're going to put the cognac and all the other stuff and the peppercorn. We're going to put all the other stuff. So I see you in about 10, 15 minutes. Okay, friends. The escargot, you know what I decided to do? I decided to keep the garlic in there. There's nothing wrong with having a poached garlic clove because it's so mild. So we're going to put it in there, right? And I know a good friend of mine is going to be very happy. Ron, I know you're watching this. You're going to be very happy. You've been asking me to make that recipe for the longest time. I was always afraid, escargot, but there's so many. The overwhelming response or request for this recipe, then I had to do it. So, friends, I'm putting some green peppercorn in there. Green peppercorn is like a black peppercorn, except it's not roasted, and it's put into a brine. I take it out of the brine. Normally it comes in a can like this, you see, like a can, and it's in a brine. I get rid of the brine, and I replace it with cognac. And then I put a cognac in there, brandy, and you put it like in a Tupperware container, and you keep it in the fridge, 17 years. I'll tell you what, if it keeps in the brine, it'll keep in the cognac. A little bit of parsley in there. Then we're going to put a little bit of cognac. Measure carefully. A little cognac. Now, if you don't drink alcohol, well, you're in trouble with the wine, right? So what do? You add stock. Wherever there's wine and you don't want it, you put stock. All right? And whatever is cognac, you put it in there. If you don't drink it, you should give it a try, friends. No, it's delicious. Now, if you don't drink, you don't worry about it. Just don't put it in there. You'll be missing out, but you're going to do it. You don't drink. Put a little cream in there, friends. All right? How much cream was that? That was about a quarter cup so far. And I think we're going to put just a little bit more. Now, you see, immediately, this has nothing to do with the escargot than you've had in the past. Nothing to do with it. And see, if you guys want me to do an escargot with a garlic butter like you've had in so many restaurants, I'll do it. But there's nothing the escargot. So we're going to bring this to boil, friends. We're going to check the seasoning of it. We're going to bring it to boil. And you see the consistency, you want it to be fairly thick like this. You don't want it to be too thin, but you don't want it to be too thick either. You want to be like, this is the perfect consistency. When you grab one, you grab enough sauce with it, you see? And so I'm going to test the sauce now. So now what happened, friends, all the flavors have to marry now. Okay, I want to be able to test the cognac. I want to be able to test all the ingredients, so I have to put more salt because there's no salt in there now. I gotta just test it, right? More salt. And then we're going to put some more black pepper in there. We're going to bring this to boil. Now, like I said, the escargots are cooked. They don't need to cook anymore, friends. They just need to be reheated. And then we're going to make some crostinis. And you can serve it on top of a crostini in a flat plate. It's a nice way to do it. Excuse me. Or you can serve the crostini on the side of it. Either way. We're going to bring it to boil. We'll let it reduce for a second so it gets a little thicker. And we'll be back in a second, friends, when we got the bread ready to go. I got the broiler on. We're going to do the crostini real quick. Okay, friends. Well, you see, it's a nice, but it's a little thin. So there's no way we're adding flour now, right? Because if we add flour, we have to cook it. So I'm going to put a little bit of cornstarch, very little. And how do I say that? Because I wanted to stick a little bit more on the escargot. So just a little bit, look. Just a little bit. Be careful when you're doing this, friends. Remember, you can always add more. You can't take it out. So, see, look, that was a nothing. And also remember, always, I tell you, and I'm going to repeat it 100 times if I have to. Make sure your mixture is boiling, and always scrape the pot. Make sure the mixture is boiling. See, I take a spatula, and I always scrape my pot. Always do this, friends, okay? Because otherwise you're going to have burn bits, and eventually those burn bits are not going to taste good. All right, so look, we are a little thicker. We can make it just a little bit thicker. Mamma mia, I have to be careful here when I do this. All right, bring it to boil one more time. See, that was a nothing. That was a teaspoon. Okay, and sometimes a teaspoon is all we need. All right? All right, now we're looking good. Now, beautiful sauce. You see the escargots are not falling in the bottom of the pot. They're staying on top right there. All right, now we're going to put the butter. Before. I took a baguette, and I spread some garlic butter on it. I do that a lot for clams or things like that. It's easy, right? And I'm going to put it into the broiler. And I'm going to put Jack in charge of it. You know the other day what he did? Because we have 6 cameras going, and he had 1 camera just going in there so he could see it. And they say, "Oh, it's ready." How does he know? He's put the camera in there. So, well, the camera on it. All right, guys, look. So it's looking very good. We're going to put a little butter. Let's turn the heat off. You know what I noticed, though? I noticed, and I'm not sure there's enough cognac in there. I noticed. Just a little bit more, you know. Look, just a little bit. You don't have to do that either. And you know what? You could use a little bit more cream, just a little bit. Whoop. And that's going to help me cool down the temperature a little bit, which means, this is amazing. For those of you that like escargot, friends, you'll never make any garlic butter again. A little bit of chopped parsley. And butter. You see, the whole time I'm mixing, I'm cooling the sauce down so the butter won't separate as much anymore. And you take a little bit of butter and put it in there, okay? Don't tell anybody. They don't have to know. Make sure the heat's off, No heat. All right, there's enough heat in there, friends. Oh, mamma mia. How are we doing with the bread? He said, I'm in charge. He's good. Here we go. I don't want them to be too brown. And this, my friends, is going to be the best escargot recipe you've ever had. Promise you. I'm done with this. I don't want to take a chance to have them too burn. Oh, this is hot. I'm going to put it right here. Hold on 1 second here. I'm going to put them right here. They're perfect. All right, friends. This is it. This is the final test. I know I could have made this video much faster, but for those of you that are in a rush, go to TikTok. They go really fast. For those of you that enjoy the experience, thank you so much. I'm having a ball. Plus, I know how good this is going to be. Oh yeah, it's perfect. All right, friends, to serve them. If you have one of those little ramekin, that's pretty cool. You can serve it in there. It's great. If you don't have one of those ramekin, you can serve it in a plate like this. This is a company called Fortessa that does that. Fortessa. And you can get it online. It's Fortessa, I believe. Fortessa. And you can get it online. And they deliver to you. They sell to restaurants, but they also sell to individuals. To an individual. You don't need a special account to do it, and you can order a dozen plates. And I think for the effect then they give, it's not that expensive. Because I'm telling you, this is a gorgeous plate. You see, look how beautiful that is, friends. Right? And then what we do, we take a little bit of the parsley, we put it on top. And you know what I think we should do also? And then we put a crostinis right here, just like this. Or you can do this. Put it right there. And you know what would be good also, friends? If you take a little bit of the tarragon, a sprig. You find a good sprig of tarragon. I hope I have one. Oh yeah. Now how good is it gonna be? You gotta spend time finding one, friends. A nice one. Ah, mamma mia. Let's see. Ah. You see, sometimes I spend so much time looking for stuff. But look, it makes a big difference, friends. Look, you see? You see what I'm talking about? Look, it's very simple. It's very simple. But all of a sudden we took it from nothing to a beautiful little appetizer. How does it look like that? We have a good look of it? So now you can eat it with a fork or you can eat it with a delicate spoon. It's really up to you. Delicate spoon. What's a delicate spoon? I don't know. A spoon. A teaspoon, I think, it'd be more delicate if you were to. Or, you know, you could also use those escargot forks. But in this case, you don't really need it. So, but in this case, here's what you need. You need to remove this. You need to put one right here, or you go in there. And my friends, they put almost sauce in there. And this, my friend, oh, wow. Friends, I have not made this recipe in a long time, and I love it. Ron's and Joe and all of those guys that have asked me to do it, thank you for reminding me. I love it. It's fantastic. I hope you all make it. Don't be afraid to make escargot. They're really, really special. You'll be amazed. Oh, I got to tell you one more thing. In a restaurant, I think 100% of the people, maybe they were lying to me, but I would say, you know, we'd come to a table, and they would say, okay, I have an escargot, I have an escargot. Oh, no, I don't like escargot. And I would say to them, you know, let me make you one. If you don't like it, I'll make you something else immediately. I can't say one time, then so, oh, yeah, one time maybe. Most of the time, people, oh my God, it's so good. I'm so glad you made us do it. Try it, friends. I know you're going to love it. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And please don't forget to ring the bell. Thanks for watching, friends. Wow, let me tell you, you are in for a treat, young man. Because you never had them, have you? Oh, wait until you test this. I'm going to make you one right now. I'm going to make you one just right now because you have to understand what it is. I'm just going to give it to you like this. Right? And I'm telling you, you know, I'm going to give it to you here. All right, so you got to try this. You grab it on the other side. And be careful, it's hot though. Be careful, it's super hot. I want to hear what you think. You went a good bite. It's good, isn't it? Right? I told you. You know, I don't mislead you. I'm going to put it, it's amazing. And the texture of it, see how nice they are? They're not rubbery at all. They're just like amazing. Oh, we're going to make a nice picture. Okay.